Hey, aren't you that PBM?
Middleman, at your service, doctor.
Don't you get rebates that save money on medicines?
Oh, PBMs like me get big rebates.
So why do patients tell me they're worried about their costs?
No one says we have to share the savings with patients.
Congress should make sure medicine savings go directly to patients, not middlemen. Visit phrma.org/middlemen to learn more. Paid for by pharma.
Behind those cozy nights at home, thousands of employees at BP go to work every day. People producing more U.S. natural gas. People building grid-scale solar capacity. People turning landfill waste gas into pipeline-quality renewable natural gas. And people delivering all of that power where it's needed. They're part of the more than 300,000 jobs BP supports across the country. Learn more at bp.com/investing in America.
And I'm Erin. And you're listening to Ropedrop and Parkhop.
Our studio's being worked on right now.
Yeah.
We might be back in our regular recording studio.
By the new year, hopefully.
It's a Christmas miracle. Maybe. They're in there. So if you hear any noise.
Banging, yeah.
Yes, banging, sawing, loudness in the background, it's because they're working really hard to get our studio ready for us.
It looks like it's going to be cool. I'm excited.
Me too. Hopefully they do it right this time.
Right. No more redos.
No more redos. We had a little panic yesterday because, so I think we've talked a little bit about it. This library is just creative spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are a couple of meeting rooms and then there's our recording studio. So we've been reserving one of the meeting rooms, which is not insulated. It's all windows and twinkly lights today.
It's very festive.
It is festive. But we've reserved the meeting room and then they've just let us move the sound equipment into the meeting room to record.
Mm-hmm.
And so we reserved the meeting room and we were declined yesterday.
Yes.
So we had a little panic because we didn't really have anywhere to go.
Right.
But they let us still come. They just didn't want us to have to deal with background noise, which we're completely fine with. It's really quiet right now.
Right. It's so far, knock on wood.
There's been a little drilling.
Bang on walls.
Right.
We haven't heard any
knock
noises.
on wood, but not too loud.
Right. Let's read a review and then we will talk about some news over the last couple of weeks. Since it's been a while since we recorded.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing.
I know. I feel like we got to ease ourselves back into this. We're trying to pump ourselves up for this.
It is 10:12. Our reservation started at 9:15.
And we've
just been
done
sitting
nothing.
here for an hour.
We had to catch up. We haven't seen each other in a while. All right. This review comes from ABREAUXRN. So Abro Nurse.
I like it. It's very French.
Yeah, I like it too. Anyway, thank you for this review. This is from 2 years ago, and this was a review for our 100K giveaway, which we will probably be doing another giveaway coming up soon because we've got some milestones we're about to hit. So
to celebrate,
give those reviews so we can hit those milestones. This is my favorite Disneyland podcast. Love the tips and point of view, and several episodes had so many tangible tips I could utilize and share with the family. Thanks for being you. So awesome. Thank you.
You're really going to be disappointed in today's episode.
We may not have a lot of tips today.
Any helpful anything today.
I feel like we were so news heavy for like 2 months. They just kept dumping stuff on us over and over again. So many new menus. And I mean, and there's still new food being dropped. I swear every day they're like, and this is new and I'm just tired of talking about the food. So we're not going to talk about food today.
You know what I've noticed is missing though in this news heavy business that they've been doing? No 70th. Like, when are we going to start talking about it?
Right.
Are we not starting the celebration in January?
Maybe
not. Because, I mean, it's December. Technically, Disneyland is not 70 until July.
That's true.
So maybe it starts in July.
Summer. Maybe like starting in the summer season. It'll be the new Pixar Fest.
Maybe. I thought they would have celebrated all season, except for Pixar Fest was announced to come back.
That's true, but DCA is not celebrating its 70th, so maybe it'll be 70th at Disneyland and Pixar Fest at DCA.
Maybe.
They're going to try and draw. Last summer, it seems like they had a hard time getting people there. They kept dropping specials, and it was not busy when my family was there in July, which normally in the summer, it's pretty crazy busy. Town, right?
Well, it's just they've priced everybody out.
Yeah. I am wondering if maybe they're anticipating that again. Revenge travel is kind of waning a little bit.
Totally.
So maybe they are hoping to just fill the summer. with lots and lots of celebrations.
That was like Guardians of the Galaxy. No, that was like the drop on Rise of the Resistance.
There you go.
My seat was a little high and I pushed the lever on the side and I just kind of dropped to the ground. It was like the launch pod on Rise of the Resistance.
But that also means Paint the Night's not coming until the summer if that's what they're doing. So
Which
we may
they've
have a little
never
bit
even
of a wait.
told us any more about that except for the teaser.
Try.
Get your
That's
crap
true.
together, Disney. What's
Yeah.
happening?
But big news over at Disneyland, Haunted Mansion is reopened, the queue. So you can now wait in line, which Jack was looking the other day and it was at 75 minutes. So people are waiting.
Good
people
for
are
them.
getting in that line.
It's also available as part of Lightning Lane Multipass, so that's good.
That's super
But
exciting.
no virtual queue.
No virtual queue. Thank you.
So nice.
Yes.
I've watched some videos where people have gone through the queue. It's lovely.
It's beautiful.
It is very nice.
And
they
serene.
definitely, they definitely plussed it up.
Yeah.
There's one little part where it's covered. It's kind of an atrium feel. It's all glass, which I'm sure it's probably not glass, but it's all like covered in green and glass with fans, which is nice.
That
if
will
it's
be
hot.
really nice. Yeah.
But that seems like an overflow area. I don't think that's utilized all the time.
Gotcha.
And then one of the big differences, and we've known this all along, but one of the big differences that they made is now if you are on a mobility device of some sort, an ECV of some sort, you will use the main queue and the main stretching room to get onto the attraction. But then at the end, you will use an elevator it's a specifically designed elevator. I think this was part of the reason they redesigned the queue.
That was the idea I got to.
Anyway, it will bring you up and you will end in a mausoleum area kind of back by the train station toward that direction. And then you will just roll yourself off and exit there. And apparently inside of the elevator, there's some nods to the history of Haunted Mansion. They have some original artwork from the original concept.
Yeah, which is really cool. So probably Candelabra Man.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Yeah.
So very cool. It sounds like it continues the story is what the wording said in the description.
I love it.
Continue the story.
I might rent an ECV next time I'm there just so I
Right?
can go on it.
Any of you who have been through that queue, let us know. Reach out to us and let us know how it went. And then also the gift shop is coming right along and should be open winter 2024.
2024.
Who knows what that means? No specific date yet.
No specific date, but we got a name.
Yes. Tell us the name.
Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond.
I love it. And it's supposed to be reminiscent of a carriage house. And there's a lot of controversy about whether it actually fits in the motif of the Haunted Mansion or not. Some people are saying it's historically accurate. Some people are saying it doesn't fit. It looks bad. And it's too plain looking. Those are the complaints that I've heard.
It is pretty plain looking. I think, too, here's the issue that I think that they have. A, they've got the Haunted Mansion. But then you're supposed to which I mean, here's the problem. They put Tiana's right next to it. They're trying to transition from the Haunted Mansion into the Bayou.
Right.
And so I think that that's probably, it's a little bit more green, the carriage house is, which kind of nods into Bayou country.
Yeah. Bayou Country is correct.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's just kind of a transitional piece, honestly.
I do too.
Here's my question. When they open it, what happens to Port Royal?
I don't know. I hope they keep it. I love Port Royal.
I do too, but it's very Haunted Mansion heavy. And it's kind of in a random location. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the gift shop. When you exit Pirates of the Caribbean, at the end of the exit ramp, there is a gift shop straight to the right called Pieces of Eight. That's the Pirates of the Caribbean themed gift shop. And then you can walk through that little atrium and there's a second gift shop, which is very Haunted Mansion heavy, called Port Royal Curios and Curiosities.
But they're both super tiny.
They're both super tiny. So maybe but they would keep the courtyard because that's where Jack meets this time of year. So I'm curious to see what they do. Maybe they'll just leave it as is.
I kind of hope so. I feel like it's okay to have multiple gift shops that are themed the same.
Yeah.
It's popular.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
And at Christmas time, Halloween time, it is very Nightmare Before Christmas heavy.
Right.
So they'll probably, I would guess that they'll keep that or they'll let Pirates take it over.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
In downtown Disney news, the Lego store has reopened with a refresh. It looks pretty much the same to me.
It doesn't look very
I mean,
different.
it looks like it got a new coat of paint. That's about it.
Which good for them.
Yeah. Good job, Lego store.
Hooray. And Disneylanders opened. I asked this. I don't know. Did I get an answer? Did the Avengers store open too?
You did ask me, and I didn't know the answer to it. But But Disneylanders looks very pretty. It's cool. It's got kind of more of the upscale merch in it, the Dunenberg stuff, the dress shop type stuff.
I like that. And I like that whole courtyard area with the rolling hills and the band shell, bandstand, whatever. I think it's going to be a lot of fun when everything is open and running.
I'm excited for that food court to open.
Oh,
what?
We didn't mention this. Back to Haunted Mansion.
Oh, sure.
We skipped out real quick. We do know that Haunted Mansion is closing
on
the 7th of January to have the overlay removed. I'm very excited about this because I feel like since the queue is open and since the carriage house is almost done and they're opening it in winter,
that it's all going to just open together as a regular Haunted Mansion.
Yes. And I'm so excited because we're going in February. My kids, Asher loves the regular Haunted Mansion, but we go so often in the fall that Lyndon has never ridden the regular Haunted Mansion and Asher misses it. So we're very excited about this.
That'll be fun.
Okay, back to Downtown Disney.
Back to Downtown Disney. I don't think there's anything else to say about Downtown Disney. Earl of Sandwich is everywhere right now. They're ubiquitous.
Everywhere you turn, there's an Earl of Sandwich.
So eventually that Earl of Sandwich on the east side of the
La Brea.
The Esplanade area. Yes. That will all close to make way for Portos. I think soon-ish. I think that they announced.
That's what they keep saying.
Yes, that it would be. I mean, they had some kind of dispute was happening, or that was a rumor, but they got that settled. And
Portos is in. That
is imminent. That's coming.
Yeah.
And then there's an Earl of Sandwich food truck, van, bus. I don't know. It's huge. Over on the other end of Downtown Disney. I am curious if that will stay when the new Earl of Sandwich opens. Probably not. I would guess that goes away because they're kind of in the same spot.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had Earl of Sandwich while I was in Las Vegas.
You did?
That's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah.
Had a little taste of Disney.
We have it here. I went and got it a couple weeks ago because I missed it. I don't go very often here. Me neither. My kids say the same thing about In-N-Out. Now that it's here, the novelty is gone.
Totally. I can see that.
But I still really love Earl of Sandwich, so I go occasionally.
Did you get a Thanksgiving sandwich?
I did, actually. I think it was maybe the day we talked about it. Like we talked about.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
I was like, I might need one of those. So I went and got one.
Sounds good. And then grad nights have been announced. Whether you love them or not, they're coming.
Here they come.
Here they come. But they don't affect park hours at all.
No.
So the only thing that it may affect for your travel dates is crowd levels and the amount of teenagers in the park. We talk about this every year. Just put your patience pants on.
Yep.
And just be aware that there will be crowds of unchaperoned teenagers running around the park.
And try really hard. Maybe not everyone listening has a teenager, but as the parent of teenagers, try really hard to remember that you once were a teenager also. And you did dumb things.
Too.
Yes. And they're just having fun in a safe place and celebrating their accomplishment.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
I mean, it's crowded for sure, but I love it. Yeah. I love that Disneyland does it. I think it's great. Here are the dates. These will be from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. on these dates. At California Adventure
Adventure on May 9th, 12th, 18th, 21st, 22nd, 27th, 28th, and 30th. And then in June on the 1st, 4th, 6th, 8th, 11th, and 13th.
So since it starts at 9 p.m., there will be a 1 hour mix-in between when the teenagers can come in and when the park closes.
And that's if they buy that specific kind of ticket that's just for grad night. There are 2 other options that they can buy, which is a full day at DCA plus the grad party, or they can buy a hopper for Disneyland and DCA and the party. So you may see them at either park during that day, but I'm guessing the majority are going to either be at DCA all day or just the grad party. So
I will say I've been on grad nights before and it does feel busier for sure.
And they will start to put up some of the decorations and stuff before the mix-in happens. So you'll see some of that, and I think it's kind of fun. The energy is kind of elevated those days.
I think it's pretty fun too.
Anyway, that's coming up. So just be aware of that. If you have travel dates then, I mean, go to Disneyland that day.
Go
if you
to
don't
Disneyland
feel like dealing
that day.
with it.
And also, we always say this, go early, get some stuff done in the morning, take a break midday and plan on staying late. After 9 p.m., that's when the party starts at California Adventure, right? So Disneyland's going to calm down. All of those teenagers are going to head over to California Adventure if they are in Disneyland, and Disneyland should calm down quite a bit. So plan on staying late, getting a few things done the last couple of hours of the night. you should still have a great day.
Do you feel like this is earlier that they've announced these
than
than normal? I feel like it's usually in the new year that they announce these, but maybe not.
I don't know.
I might be misremembering.
I don't remember, but I like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad
that we have them. Yes.
Yeah, me
Be
too.
good for planning.
Did the news come out? Did we talk? I see it's on your list here about the Muppets.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Let's talk about this.
Really fast, though. Let's talk about closures at Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Let's
we'll
do
hop
that.
coast.
And then we'll hop
So
coast.
the calendar currently goes through January 14th of next year. And Big Thunder Mountain Railroad closed now will open the 13th of December. On January 6th, we have Grizzly River Run and Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind going down for refurb. No opening date yet for those. And then sad news, Jolly Holiday is closing for refurb on the 7th, which that never closes.
I know. That's when it needs refurbed, apparently.
I guess so.
Probably have
Maybe
rats.
they'll make the queue bigger.
Maybe. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so be aware of that. Again, no reopening date yet, but only because the calendar doesn't go out that far.
Sad for you. No. Well, maybe they'll move it somewhere. The Raspberry Rose Mickey Macaron and the Jolly Holiday combo are two staples.
Yes. I wonder if they will have maybe just mobile order. Over
Like
to
what
the
they did at
side.
Marceline's?
Yeah. Like
Maybe.
a little kiosk.
Maybe.
A Jolly Holiday kiosk.
They could put that macaron over next door at the
Plaza
Candy
Inn.
Palace.
Oh, yeah. They could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular. So maybe they'll do something. We'll see.
But that kitchen, they share that kitchen with... Does Tropical Hideaway share
they?
that kitchen?
Maybe.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like that kitchen is shared, so I wonder if that'll affect...
Maybe Tropical Hideaway will have your Mickey Macaron.
Maybe.
That'd be weird. It's not very tropical.
I mean, sure. It's fruit. Kind of tropical.
Sure.
All right, let's move coast.
Okay.
Big news out of Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
And this is, when they announced this at D23 that Monstropolis would be coming to Hollywood Studios, there was a lot of chatter about what's happening with Muppets because
Immediately.
it looked like no
That's
more
the
Muppets,
place. Well,
right?
that's the place where they have room to fit
Right.
something new.
So Muppet Vision 3D is leaving, but they threw us a bone. And now we have some news for Rock and Roller Coaster, which is that it will be rethemed to the Muppets. And I'm super excited for this change. I think this is a great change.
It'll be great.
It's Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, probably, right?
Probably. So our friends over at the Diz List, Rob and Nick, they predicted this a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They did an episode where they did like the top 5 rides that need to be rethemed or that would be awesome to be rethemed, something like that. And I think it was Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think it was Rob who said that he thinks Rock and Roller Coaster should go to Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
I like it.
And I thought of them immediately. I was like, you guys called it. Good job.
Good job.
I think it'll be super fun.
Me too.
I think the Muppets are going to add a real fun twist to that. Aerosmith is outdated.
It was time.
They had some issues the last couple of years.
Well, and we've talked about this multiple times, but like it just makes sense to do a retheme of that ride, especially with, the Lightning McQueen show is going away or went away already. It's closed already.
Which that's honestly like the weirdest little place back there. To have a Lightning McQueen show next to an Aerosmith ride makes next to the Tower of Terror.
Right. It's
makes
all
zero
mismatched
sense.
back there.
And it's not getting any better.
Right.
As far as that's concerned, because we also found out this morning that, which we knew that there was a villains show coming to the Lightning McQueen Theater. And what is it called? Happily Never After or something like that?
Something like that.
Anyway, here, hold on. I can tell you because I had it pulled up just a few minutes ago. But that villains show is going to be in the Lightning McQueen Theater next to the Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. I wonder if they'll change the name.
The Rock and Roller Coaster? I don't know. Maybe. But, I mean, I held out hope that maybe they were moving Muppet Vision 3D over there. It's kind of sounding like not. But they did come out with a statement that they were working on ways to preserve that movie. It is Jim Henson's final movie that he participated in, so it's very historical. It's, nostalgic for a lot of people. I love it. I'm sad that it's not a California Adventure anymore.
Me too.
Maybe it'll come back to California Adventure.
Will. How pop Villains Unfairly Ever After is what it's called. That doesn't sound like they could have done better with that. But that's okay. Whatever.
Fine.
Exciting.
They didn't ask our opinion on that one,
ever.
did
They never do.
No. But yeah, I mean, good stuff. And Monstropolis looks very cute. It looks like we're getting a Harryhausen's over there, which a lot of people are excited about.
Yep. That'll be fun.
A real Harryhausen's
but
restaurant.
We're losing Pizza Rizzo.
We are losing Pizza Rizzo.
It's rat pizza.
Not my favorite place. I do have good memories there. My kids really liked it when we went the first time to Disney World. So,
and the Miss Piggy fountain.
Yes. I mean, hopefully they will preserve a lot of that and just move it over, and it'll be, a Muppet Plaza over there by Rock and Roller Coaster. We'll see.
We alluded recently to the fact that we were maybe going to go to Walt Disney World this coming weekend. We are not. Kind of, I was a little sad when they announced this because we're going for spring break. You guys are too. I hope it's still there.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
But I'm not optimistic.
Not hopeful. They've got a lot going on starting in January of 2025. So maybe this one will get pushed back a little bit.
Maybe.
Because Animal Kingdom, Dino Land starts its refurb then. The Big Thunder, Beyond Big Thunder, what's it called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The new Cars Land area.
The new Cars Land. I think that one's supposed to start soon-ish.
Yeah,
so,
Big Thunder's closing down for it.
Yeah, maybe this one will get pushed back a little bit.
That'd be great.
We'll keep our fingers
crossed. So that we don't have major construction in every park.
Right. It's about a bit crazy over there.
That'd be great because I wouldn't mind going one last time.
And then the new ride that's going in Monstropolis looks really cool. It's a suspended roller coaster that simulates kind of how the doors are in the Monster Factory. So
they've needed that for a while. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's kind of okay. Carly, I don't know if I'm going to say her name correctly. Carly Weisel. She's a Disney journalist. She made a reel, and it kind of really encapsulated my feelings because she's a big Muppets lover. And so it was her playing both roles where she was like talking to herself, you know, and it was kind of like they're closing Muppets and they're what, and she was so sad. And she's like, but also they're bringing Muppets back over at Rock and Roller Coaster. Oh, that's exciting. But we're going to lose Muppet Vision 3D. Oh, that's really sad. But we're getting Monstropolis. And it's kind of like bittersweet.
It
like
is bittersweet,
these mixed emotions.
For sure. Yeah. And Jack said to me, they're closing Muppet Vision 3D. They're hoping to preserve it. Does that mean they're just bringing it to Disney Plus? And I was like, I really hope not, because it doesn't work on Disney Plus. No. It's a 3D movie. It's the whole experience.
So fun and it's so sweet. And really, it would go great in the Lightning McQueen theater. So, and that would kind of make it a little cohesive back there.
Sure. And maybe the villains thing is temporary and not forever. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm curious to see what they do moving forward, but
because they have a whole new Villains Land coming to Magic Kingdom. Put the villain show there.
Yeah, maybe this is just a taste, and then they'll move it over to Magic Kingdom once they start working on that, and then Muppet Vision 3D will go next to Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't know, but please be open in March. If anyone out there is listening, and we have
any pull, any sway,
just
do this for us.
To April.
All right, I think that's it for news. I'm sure there will be something else that we missed or something else that drops today, but that's it for now.
70th anniversary information probably will come out today.
So frustrating. But
it is what it is. Calling all Disney enthusiasts dreaming of a magical escape, look no further than Mouse World Travel, your Disney vacation experts.
Whether you're enchanted by the magic of Disney parks, setting sail with Disney Cruise Line, embarking on an Adventures by Disney journey, or relaxing in paradise at Aulani, we've got you covered.
Our team of experts will craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. From park tickets and dining reservations to exclusive perks and personalized itineraries.
Ready to make your dreams come true? Visit mouseworldtravel.com and tell them Ropedrop and Parkhop sent you.
Mouse World Travel, where your Disney adventure begins.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Come to me.
Focus Features invites you to succumb to the darkness.
Nosferatu.
From director Robert Eggers comes a masterpiece of horror.
He is coming. This creature is a force more powerful than evil. It is death itself.
Nosferatu. Rated R. Under 17 nanometer without parent. Only in theaters Christmas Day. Special engagements in Dolby and IMAX.
So we have some ideas for episodes coming up. But they are not happening today.
No, we are, guys. It's that part of the year where you're not sure what day of the week it is.
Right.
And
brain overload with
everything.
Holiday stuff, school stuff, travel stuff.
Yeah. So we just kind of want to touch base.
Yeah.
We just kind of want to say hi. Thanks for being here.
Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving week. I hope you enjoyed our episode last week. I thought it was really fun when when I was editing it. I was like, this is a really fun episode.
I love Lynn.
I love hearing the behind the scenes stuff.
Me too.
And he's just he's a fun interview. So hope you enjoyed it.
He's a good fun pal. I like Lynn a lot. He's a good supporter.
And so we're just going to talk about
life,
not
Disney. And also, this is kind of a taste of what we do on Patreon a little bit. Not that we talk about our lives all the time, but we don't talk about Disney over on Patreon very often, occasionally.
Yeah, sometimes it's Disney adjacent stuff,
right?
But it's definitely not Disneyland heavy the way the podcast normally is.
Right.
Which I think our Patreon listeners enjoy hearing the inside scoop on what's going on. And
Maybe.
And
we pick random things to talk about. In fact, this month, I think we've decided we're going to talk a little bit about musicals, which let's start with that. We saw Wicked.
We did.
We went and saw Wicked together.
Which that's not Disney adjacent, but it is Universal adjacent. So there you go.
It was really, really a great movie.
Yes.
Great movie. 2 hours and 40 minutes flew.
It did.
So fast.
I couldn't believe it.
But we'll talk more about that on our Patreon. But we saw that kicked off our Thanksgiving break.
Yep.
And then, Katie, you packed up and headed to Vegas.
I did.
How was it?
It was great. We had a great week. It was cold. I was cold the whole time. And I didn't take a coat because I thought, 50 degrees in Vegas doesn't feel super cold usually.
Right.
It did.
Was it chilly?
It was cold. It was windy. And actually Thursday and Friday weren't quite as bad, but Tuesday and Wednesday I was freezing.
And Jack's birthday fell on Thanksgiving this year.
That's right.
So he is a little Thanksgiving baby this year.
I just about ducked into like a Louis Vuitton or somewhere to buy a coat.
Oh, shucks. I've got to get myself this Chanel.
Right.
Yes. That's funny.
All those Vegas shops that I'm pretty sure are just money laundering fronts.
Because they're everywhere.
And nobody's ever in there shopping. They're always
so
empty.
Bizarre. Vegas is bizarre to me. It's such a bizarre place.
It is a wild, wild place. And Jack hadn't been to Vegas since he was teeny tiny, so he didn't remember it at all, really.
Okay.
Like I think he has some super vague memories of being there, but it was fun. We went to the basketball game Tuesday night.
Duke.
Yes, Duke versus Kansas. It was kind of a heartbreaker.
Yeah, she didn't love it. It wasn't the outcome you were hoping for.
Yes, but it was a really good game, which I haven't been to a Duke game live that's been like that close and exciting. Usually they blow out whoever they're playing. So not to sound snotty or anything, but this was the number one team in the country that they played.
Oh, Kansas?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So it was good. It was tight. One of the Kansas players got ejected for a technical foul.
Kicking, yes.
Kicked somebody in the face
okay.
while they were on
Can't
the ground.
do that.
Nope, not allowed. And then Wednesday, we kind of just hung out and walked around, and we rode the high roller, which is that big Ferris wheel in Las Vegas. That's pretty fun. I recommend it if you want a good view of the Strip and
Would I
surrounding.
hate it?
No, I don't think so. It's not a Ferris wheel like a Ferris wheel.
I know,
it's
but
like
it's
an
so
observation
high.
tower. I think
It's
it's
slow,
fine.
right?
It's very slow.
Yeah.
And it goes up so slowly that it's not like your ears need to pop or anything.
How long? Is it like a half an hour?
Half an hour. Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yep. And you can see the sphere on one side and the strips on the other. And it's just, it's a great little fun activity. And you can do the cars with the bar service in them. And you have like a bartender in there with you. Yeah. We didn't do that, but
I don't know if I'd want to be stuck with a bartender in a confined space for 30 minutes. Like that feels like a long time to have somebody, but you're with other people anyway, right?
Yes, yep,
because
there's
it's like
other
a big room. It's not small.
They can fit 20 to 40 people in each of those cars. Yeah.
Little
so they're
pod.
big. We had probably 15 people total in ours, and it's fine. Like there's not enough seating for everybody to sit down, but you don't really want to sit. You kind of are up milling around, going from side to side.
Does
looking
it
at different
wobble
things.
when you walk around?
Nope, not
Pretty
at all.
Stable?
Yep.
I would try it, I guess.
I think you would like it. And that little area back there, the Link, the high roller area, is a cute little, like a city feel. It feels very different than being on the Strip.
Okay.
It's like brick buildings.
I haven't been. Gosh, I was trying to think the other day. We have family in Vegas, and so we used to go before we had kids. We'd go pretty frequently. And now I haven't been. I don't think I've been since before Lyndon was born. My in-laws took all of my kids to a family reunion, so they've all been, gosh, probably 2017.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't been probably since 2010. I don't know, a long time.
It's probably changed a little bit since you've been there.
Maybe 2012 was the last time I was there. for my husband's grandmother's funeral.
There's definitely a lot that changes. Like the Tropicana Hotel
is gone,
torn
Imploded.
down. Yeah, the sign is still there for it. It has the big sign up still. The Mirage is completely closed down and is being turned into the Hard Rock Hotel.
Yes.
So that's all different over there. It's all scrimmed up and
dark.
Yeah, which is really weird.
It is
That's
super
usually
weird.
a pretty big fixture.
Were you there? No, you weren't there during Formula One. Formula One was the week before.
It was the weekend before we went. So I think it finished Saturday or Sunday, and we were there on Tuesday. So there was a lot of, they were taking everything down still. So it was a lot of loud jackhammering, and which not fun. And also the stands are still up in front of the Bellagio, so they were not running the fountains while we were there, which is kind of disappointing. But
super disappointing.
I am glad that it wasn't happening while we were there, because it would have been crazy. The traffic already was crazy still
it's
that
always
week.
Crazy.
But I get Thanksgiving week is a busy week in Las Vegas every year. I think a lot of people come. We did some shopping in Caesar's Palace and the Forum shops. Yeah. It's one of my favorite places to go.
I love the Forum.
Jack picked some birthday gifts while we were there.
Nice.
Trying to think what else we did Wednesday. We ate at a yummy Chicago deep dish style pizza place.
Yeah. What was it called?
Giordano's.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the big ones in Chicago.
Yep.
It's either like Lou's or
Giordano's.
Yes. Those are the, isn't that right?
Yeah,
Lou.
I think so.
Lou. It starts with an M. I can't
Mangello?
Yeah, maybe.
Is that
no,
right?
No, that's the guy that does the Disney podcast. He does
That's
a Disney
right.
podcast.
That's right. That's why it's in my head. See, we always come back to Disney eventually, guys.
Which we need to have him on the podcast.
That'd be fun.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
What is it? Lou Moldano? I'm Googling.
She's going to look it up. Do we have any listeners in Chicago?
Probably.
Tell us about your deep dish pizza.
Lou Malnati.
Ah.
Malnati. And you can have it shipped to you. They had it at Costco recently.
Which I think Giordano's can be shipped to you too. I looked it up. It's super expensive.
Same with Lou Malnati's. Anyway, from what I understand, you're either a Lou's person or you're a Giordano's person.
Not my favorite, because I don't eat pizza really anyway, but
she's off the carbs.
Pizza or deep dish pizza just is like pizza casserole to me.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It is a everything that pizza is. It's a lot of that.
It is a lot.
So I had a salad. I was very boring, but my family loved it.
Good. That's good.
It was fun. It was.
She brought me back a souvenir.
I sure did.
She brought me back as an homage to Terry Rialto and Margaret Jo McCullen. Pete's famous sweaty balls. Thank you.
You're
so
welcome
much for these sweaty balls.
And we tried them.
Mouth-watering, salty chocolate crisp balls. So good. They were very good.
I'm glad.
Salty.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Very funny, right?
Yes.
It's sugar is where we got those. We have one of those here in Meridian at the Village, but this one's like a bigger version of It's Sugar.
Okay.
And they had a whole wall of SNL themed treats.
I wonder if they have any of that here.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
haven't been in forever.
Yeah.
But they always have fun themed treats.
They do.
So
it's fun.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Fun, expensive treats.
Yes.
Where you can fill your, bag of candy for $8 a half a pound.
Yep. So expensive.
Yes.
Okay. And what did I do for Thanksgiving?
Tell us.
Nothing. My husband's family, half of my husband's family went on a cruise Thanksgiving week. So there was no Thanksgiving at his family's home. And so everyone kind of just did their own thing, and we did Thanksgiving at our house just for our little family.
Which is also really fun.
It was. And
low key.
Yeah, low key, except for there's lots of work to do.
Sure.
One of the things that my husband's family always has at Thanksgiving, they call it strawberries and cream.
Okay.
And it is like a trifle.
Oh.
And so it's a pound cake layer, and then there's a layer with like a pudding, sweetened condensed milk, Cool Whip layer.
Beef sauteed with peas and onions.
What?
Have you not ever seen that Friends episode where Rachel makes a trifle?
Okay.
And the recipe pages get stuck together. So she makes one half of the actual
sweet?
Trifle, and then on the next it's like shepherd's pie or something. I don't even remember what it is, but she's like
layers that right
lady
in?
fingers, whipped cream, beef sauteed with peas and onions. You're going to have to go watch that episode when you get home.
I'm sure. Is it the pants one where Joey wears his big pants? Or his Phoebe's
No,
maternity
that's
pants?
the Brad Pitt episode, which
Oh, yes.
is also good. All the Friends Thanksgiving episodes are delightful.
And I think I've probably watched every episode of Friends. It's just been a minute.
Yeah.
But that's
Go find
funny.
that
I'll
one.
go find
It's
that
very
one.
funny.
No, there were no peas and onions and beef. So pound cake and then that whipped cream pudding layer and then strawberries. And I don't love strawberries, right? So it's good, but it's not my very favorite thing. But it is the thing that my family, my kids and my husband equate with Thanksgiving. Yes. And so I have the recipe for it because we often, if the weather's bad, you all know, I won't drive on bad roads. And so we stay home for Thanksgiving enough that I have our entire menu. I made a Trello board.
Oh, nice.
I've been utilizing
She is playing with Trello.
I've been utilizing Trello and I've been trying to learn it. And so for Thanksgiving dinner, I made a Trello board. And so when I started cooking stuff Tuesday night, I was moving things around my Trello board. It was actually really helpful. And I could link all of my recipes. And so next year, I have my Thanksgiving dinner ready to go on my Trello board.
Move it all back over to not done.
Back over to not done.
And then one by one over
very
to the done
helpful,
column.
and it kept me very organized. Anyway, the funny part of the story is my sister-in-law, who is my mother-in-law's daughter, right, calls me Wednesday. And we're talking, and, you know, they were kind of doing their own little Thanksgiving. And she's like, I've got to make strawberries and cream today. And she says, and my kids have already demanded that it be just like Nana makes it. And I was like, yep, I have the same request. I already made my pound cake. And she was like, you did? And I said, yeah. And she's like, okay, I got to do that. I have a question. She's like, I have the recipe, but there's a glare on the recipe. Can you tell me what this part of the recipe is? And I was like, sure. And she had guessed what it was, and she was completely wrong.
Was it beef sauteed with peas and onions?
It was beef sauteed with peas and onions, and she would have had it completely wrong. Anyway, I was like, no, that is not what that says. It says this. And she's like, oh my gosh, that would have been bad. And I was like, it would have. And she's like, okay, and then for the pudding layer, do I just make the pudding like it says on the box? And I was like, no, you follow the recipe and you do. And she's like, oh my gosh, I would have messed this up completely, and my kids would never speak to me again. So I saved Thanksgiving.
Good job. Way to go. Yeah. You can write a children's book about that. The day I saved Thanksgiving.
I could, with beef. I always joke at my husband's family functions that I'm the favorite child. And I really probably am because of that. They don't listen to this podcast.
Well, yeah. Good
they
job.
Won't hear any of this.
Good job.
Thanks. So anyway, we just had... What did we have? We had, I don't like turkey. Nobody really likes turkey. Nobody.
Interesting.
No, in the whole world. Nobody really likes turkey.
That's not true. I like turkey.
You do?
It has to be done well, but yeah, I like it.
It's a dry bird. Like, I don't feel like anybody loves turkey.
So I made Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday to make up for not having it that week. And I made a delicious, juicy turkey bird.
The whole bird.
My $5 Costco bird. So I went to Costco Sunday morning thinking, okay, I'm just going to buy everything ready-made. It's going to be so easy. Everything's gone from Costco.
Course, except for the birds.
There's no Thanksgiving left except for the clearance birds.
Which, it's because nobody likes birds.
They were all thawed. So they were trying to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
And I think they were $1 per pound and then $5 off at the register.
So nice.
It was amazing.
Well, I bought them before they were $5 off. I bought the $1 a pound. I bought a bird. And then I thought, I don't love a bird. I don't. So I went back and bought turkey breast.
Oh, nice.
Which I much prefer.
Okay.
So we did two turkey breasts, and I gave the turkey away. And then we did Hannah, our friend over at Now Hannah Learning the Magic. She gave me a recipe last year for like a homemade green bean casserole. And so I made that.
Okay.
And then strawberries and cream. And then sweet potato casserole and stuffing. And
do you make yours with marshmallows on it?
No.
Your sweet potatoes? Brown sugar? Okay.
Pecans.
Do you make like a streusel?
Brown sugar and pecans. Rolls. I had to find a new roll recipe because I was missing an ingredient for my old standby, and I think I found a new roll recipe.
Good.
I think I'll stick with it.
My version of homemade rolls is thawing the Rhodes rolls.
Yeah, which I do sometimes too. But these ones were actually pretty easy and really good. And then I did a pretzel raspberry jello thing.
That's something my husband's family does. That's a tradition there.
It's yummy.
And broccoli casserole. That's what they usually do.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it like yummy. Din Tai Fung broccoli?
I mean, if you mix Din Tai Fung broccoli with cream of chicken soup and sour cream and mayonnaise and cheese and crumble Ritz crackers on top, then yes, it's exactly like the Din Tai Fung broccoli.
I kind of crave the Din Tai Fung broccoli. I asked my kids last night, where should we eat in February when we go? And they said
they want to try Din Tai Fung.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that for our group dinner.
Sure.
Who's coming?
Yes. Tell us who's coming. I'm excited.
February. It's coming soon. Yep. Get your stuff booked. And if you have
Gumball
questions,
Rally.
reach out to us. You can email us.
Yes.
Ropedrop. What is our email?
Ropedrop.parkhop@gmail. Yep. And then what do you do? Mashed potatoes too?
Mashed potatoes.
And gravy. So here's the gravy controversy at my house.
I'm ready.
So my husband's mother, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky. She makes gravy with, and this may be something that was passed down to her, I'm not sure, but she puts boiled eggs and bits of turkey meat and stuffing in the gravy after she makes the gravy. So that
like a hard-boiled egg?
Uh-huh.
Like chunky?
Uh-huh. So it's just like chunky gravy. Anyway, my husband insisted that we do it that way. But my kids were all like, what is in this gravy? It was so funny.
What?
I don't know.
Becky?
I know. Becky, reach out. You got to tell us
explain this
where
to
this
me.
came from.
Wait,
but
say
anyway,
it again. Hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Turkey.
Bits of the turkey and stuffing.
In the
just
gravy.
Throw that all into the gravy. Yeah. Which I don't know why you wouldn't just mix that all on your plate yourself.
Minus the hard-boiled eggs. How did the hard-boiled... Did someone drop something one time?
I don't know. That's interesting, right? Maybe we should look that up. We should Google it and see if it's a thing.
It's not a thing. I can already tell you before I Google it. It's not a thing.
So funny.
Becky, I need an explanation.
Anyway, that was our gravy controversy on Sunday.
So did you have 2 kinds of gravy or
no,
just...
I just did it. I wasn't making 2 kinds of gravy.
And how did you feel about it?
Oh, I like it. It's fine.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's extra work, but...
So my gravy is just from a packet.
I love it.
Especially when you cook a breast, there are no like
Not a lot of
drippings.
juices,
Yeah.
sure.
So I just did it from a packet.
Yeah. But I don't do a flour-based gravy. I do it with cornstarch.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. What else?
What else? What's coming up? Well, now
Um,
we have December.
right.
3 weeks until school's out.
I don't have any travel plans coming up except that I think we are going to Oakley next weekend for my grandma's 90th birthday party.
Right.
So that's exciting. And then we will be going back to Oakley right after Christmas for a few days. And probably lots of skiing. And then my next trip is in January to Mexico for a friend's birthday party.
Fun.
Yes, that'll be fun. And then half marathon weekend at the end of January.
And then a week later,
the
Gumball Rally.
Gumball Rally and our meetup.
It was so fun.
So fun. And then March, we are headed to Orlando, I think.
Yeah. Same.
That's the plan.
Yep. So we have Kenley has state drama, which I think I mentioned that she made it to state drama. So she leaves on Friday to go to state drama. And she's very excited.
That is very exciting.
And then last night they kicked off their next play, which this is a school musical. They're doing Shrek.
Cute.
And so they had their first read through last night. So they were at the school until super late last night. Man, theater kids, great. Love it so much. They are never home.
Right.
When there is something happening, they are never home. So that's what we have going on right now. I'm not going to see my teenagers probably until February.
The theater bug skipped my kids. I don't
Sad,
know if it's a generation skipper.
You and Heath both were theater kids.
Huge theater kids.
I know.
That's how we kind of like fell in love, was in the
Right.
theater. So it makes me a little bit sad that they're not into it more, but
You can adopt my kids if you'd like.
sounds good.
But literally, they are just never home.
Yeah.
It's theater kids
But
band together.
they're doing
and
good things, so that's fun.
They are. So Shrek the Musical, plan on it in February.
Okay.
And that's coming up. And then Christmas, we're doing a small Christmas this year because our big Christmas gift is our spring break trip.
It's awesome.
And we're going to Orlando also.
Yeah. It's exciting.
And my next travel, I don't think I have anything planned. We might go to Pocatello sometime over the winter if we can catch good weather on a weekend.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll go to the Gumball Rally in February. And then for spring break, we'll go to Orlando and it'll be fun.
So that's what's coming up for us.
It's just busy this time of year.
It is. So likely we'll have a planned out episode for next week, and then probably we'll be recording 2 episodes the following week because we'll take Christmas week off. Yeah, and maybe New Year's week.
We'll see.
Yeah, but
In the past, we've just not published anything,
Right.
which maybe that will happen too. We'll keep you posted for sure. We might be under refurbishment.
that's true.
We might have a 2-week refurbishment.
Yeah, and maybe the podcast studio will force us into a refurbishment if they're not quite done yet.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's us in a nutshell today.
Yeah.
There's a snapshot of our lives.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Christmas.
2025. Yes.
Happy
all the
holidays.
things. Yes. Not to forget all of the holidays, Kwanzaa, Diwali, Hanukkah, everything. Happy everything. And again, thanks for being here with us. Thanks for sticking around. We really appreciate it.
We do.
And
We are very, very grateful for everybody.
Yes.
what are we, 3.5 years in at this point?
3.5 years in.
It's flown by, but it also feels like we've been doing it forever at the same time. So
I have patients that I will talk to and I'll be like, yeah, and I have a podcast and we've been doing it for 3.5 years. And they'll be like, how can you talk about Disneyland for 3.5 years? And I'm like, I don't know. We just do.
Because we were talking about Disneyland for 20 years before that. So
true. It was time.
Now we've condensed it down.
Yep.
Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Ropedrop.Parkhop and on Facebook the same, and our fun discussion group, Rope Dropping and Park Hopping.
Yes, and then subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Like we said, we're trying to hit 500 reviews, maybe before the new year.
Yeah,
and we're so close.
And we'll do a giveaway when that happens.
Yes, so
help us
please,
get
if
there.
you haven't done it, please leave us a review. Just take a minute. It would be awesome. I think we're at 487 right now. So we're so close.
Yeah.
So close. It would be super easy to get us to that 500 mark.
And share us with your friends, please.
Yes.
We love
and
that.
if you have a trip coming up, let us help you plan it. We'd love to.
For sure.
At least give us a chance.
Yeah.
You don't have to book with us, but give us a chance. Maybe we'd be awesome.
Yeah. I think we are awesome. No maybes about it.
And join our Patreon.
Yes, please.
We're doing a gift exchange this month. You've already missed out on that. Sorry.
Right. But it's not too late to join our Patreon because we've got some fun stuff coming up there too.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for this week.
It is. And we will see you next week with more Disney content. Hopefully 70th anniversary stuff. We're putting it into the universe.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Bye.